It's a very big step, and Steven isn't sure if they're ready for that yet. Steven told Martine that he doesn't want to marry her. Hey my beautiful peeps, my name is Char and welcome to Char TV. In today's video, I'll be doing a recap on episode 8, the season finale of Love in Paradise. It's called Baby Makes 2. I'll be starting with Aryanna and Sherlon. 2 weeks after returning from Jamaica, Aryanna is rushed to the hospital. The baby isn't due for another 3 months. They received a call from the doctor because some blood work that she had to do, the results came back as abnormal.
They had found some enzymes in my liver, so they had me come and submit myself through the ER, but they took me up to the whatever floor this is, the labor and delivery floor. I have mild preeclampsia, and they're assuming it'll get worse.
Preeclampsia can result in a premature birth and can also be life-threatening to the mother and baby. Aryanna was told that she won't have the baby within the next 24 hours, but she will have it before 37 weeks. She's feeling really scared, so she calls Sherlon to update him. Even though Sherlon isn't there to comfort her, he's trying his best to encourage her that everything is going to be okay.
Be good. The baby's gonna be good. Don't worry. I just want you to be alright. So don't you be worrying your brain, you know? That cause your pressure. That cause your pressure to go up.
Yeah, you're right.
"24 hours after being admitted, the baby's heart rate starts to decline rapidly. They decide to perform an emergency C-section. At 4:41 a.m. on January the 27th, 2021, Aryanna and Sherlon's son is born. He is only 3 pounds, 3 ounces and is rushed off to the neonatal intensive care unit.
It was very, very scary. Everything moved so quickly before I even knew it. I was standing out in the hallway and watching my new grandson be wheeled off to the ICU.
Aryanna literally woke up hours later and her son is there. Karen was there to greet her and tell her that her son was 3 pounds, 3 ounces and is in the NICU because they had to take him there right away. Karen told Aryanna that her son had a true knot in the umbilical cord, which was causing his heart rate to drop. Aryanna said if they weren't in the hospital, then they probably would have lost him. Aryanna is a little scared holding her baby for the first time. He's so tiny and helpless, and she never imagined having a baby so small. There's a lot that has to happen before she can bring the baby home. Her son has to eat, he has to gain weight, he has to learn how to breathe on his own, so they are expected to be there until her original due date. Aryanna ended up naming her son Odin and gave the baby Sherlon's last name. She figured it was the right thing to do since everything happened so quickly and Sherlon didn't have the opportunity to go to America.
Let me see his face, Miss Karen. Put the camera up a little bit.
I'm trying to get to his face. I'm new at this, so I'm trying to work on it, okay? Let me try again.
I know. Take your time.
Did you see him?
Oh my God. Odin.
Sherlon wanted to be there to let his son know that he is there for him. The baby has no other complications other than arriving early. He only has a CPAP on. He has regular oxygen and they keep him in an incubator because that mimics the mother's womb. Sherlon sees his son again.
Aryanna named him Odin. Odin is a Norwegian god. Then he's a warrior. My ancestors are Vikings. My great-great-grandfather was from Scotland and he got shipwrecked in Jamaica. I may be chocolate, but I'm Vikings. And that name matches him because he's born 3 months early. He got a long road ahead. So, you know, he's gonna fight because he's a Viking.
Sherlon is overjoyed, and now that Odin is here, it's time to proceed with the tourist visa and get it done so that he can be with his son. Time passes by, and now Aryanna has brought Odin home. She can't even describe the love that she has for him. Odin is now 11 pounds and is gaining weight, and he's doing very well. But there were a lot of ups and downs. He had a hernia and needed double hernia surgery. Then he had a stomach infection, so it took him a while to eat after that and to be able to continue to keep food down so that he was able to gain weight. He also needed a blood transfusion. It was one thing after the next.
As relieved as I was to get out of the NICU and go home, it was still a scary reality of like, you know, it's all on me. You know, everyone tells you motherhood is hard, but it is freaking hard. Especially doing it without Sherlon. Oh, he's so good.
Sherlon still wants to go ahead and do the tourist visa, and he still wants to visit the US before committing to moving there. Embassy in Jamaica is open, but because of COVID, things are really backed up there. He has everything that he needs, but filing for the visa and getting an appointment may not be happening just yet. Aryanna is now living with her mother, and it's going to be a long-term arrangement. She'll be there at least a year or maybe more. Karen is like the other parent for Odin, and she helps out quite a lot. She has gone above and beyond her duty as a grandmother. Karen feels, although she understands that things are a little slow with the embassy, she feels that Sherlon could be doing more. He could be at least planning, because she sees that Aryanna is struggling with things and Sherlon is struggling with nothing. Karen is concerned because she doesn't feel that there has been a lot of change with Sherlon. Aryanna thinks that a lot of it is to do with COVID, and Karen is trying to give Sherlon the benefit of the doubt. But if Sherlon wanted to be a part of his son's life, then he'd put a plan of action in place to take on the role of being a father and make it happen.
I think the hardest part is if he asks, like, you know, if you told my dad he could come and live with you, like, why didn't he? You know, I think that'll be the hardest part. It's just wondering, you know, like, if he knows that his dad had a chance and didn't take it.
You've got to forge forward, and I'm very proud of you and your role that you're doing as a mom. I hope one day you find someone that can be a team member with you and help you.
Aryanna video chats with Sherlon at least 2 times a day because she hopes that Odin will be familiar with Sherlon's voice. Sherlon says that he's adorable, he's precious, and he can't put a number on the love that he has for him. Even though Sherlon wants to know his son, he still hasn't changed his mind on the K1 visa. We all know that Sherlon thinks that marriage is a big commitment, and he doesn't quite know if he's ready for that commitment with Aryanna. More time is definitely needed. The best thing that Sherlon can do is see what life is like in America before he decides to move there.
I mean, really, we're just waiting on the embassy to start taking appointments again, right? So you can try for the tourist visa. Okay, we don't know when that will be. I mean, it could be a while, but either way, it's like paperwork that, you know, should be submitted now, I guess.
They said, do not pay any money until the embassy says otherwise.
Okay, so like not until they're like actively taking appointments again?
Right.
Sherlon is totally committed to getting the tourist visa, but he's not too sure when the embassy will accept his application. So in the meantime, the only way for him to see his son is if Aryanna brings him to Jamaica. In 6 months, Aryanna will be taking Odin to Jamaica so that he can meet Sherlon. She at least owes that to Odin so that he can meet his dad. Sherlon doesn't know what the future holds for him and Aryanna, but what he does know is that he wants a close-knit relationship with his son. He wants Odin to come to Jamaica as much as possible so that he can form a bond with him. Aryanna said in a perfect world, Sherlon would go to America and realize that he could have life with them and agree to the K1 visa so that they can be a real family. But no matter what, she has found a love that she never thought would be possible. It's hard for her to put it into words how much she loves Odin, and she's committed to making a good life for them both, with or without Sherlon. That's pretty much all with Aryanna and Sherlon. I wish them all the best. Moving along to Mark and Kay. Mark is leaving Bocas today, and it's going to be really hard to say goodbye to Kay. Things aren't the way that Mark had hoped for by the end of the trip. He loves Kay, but Kay doesn't feel the same way. He's willing to wait for Kay to fall back in love with him and hopes that that happens sooner rather than later.
We need to talk about where we need to go, where we need to live.
I don't know what a future's gonna look like for us. Kay's not ready to move to California, and she doesn't want to be exclusive. But I decided to accept that we're gonna be long distance, and Kay's gonna be up to whatever she wants down here until we make a decision about where we're gonna live.
Kay said that they need to have a lot of options, and Mark says that they need to agree on one place as to where they're going to live. Mark said that even though he agreed to this arrangement now, it doesn't mean that this is what he wants permanently. Kay is going to miss Mark being in Bocas, but she's excited to see what the future holds for them.
No, I'll miss you too.
I don't know when we will
see each other,
but I think in a short time,
yeah,
we'll be together.
Kay is happy to have Mark in her life again, and she does not want to lose him. She can have fun with him, she can be herself, and Mark doesn't judge her. She feels lucky to have someone next to her that wants the best for her. Now, just as they're ready to say goodbye, Kay says to Mark that she's in love with him. He says that he loves her too, and he'll see her later. For the last 9 years, Mark regretted letting Kay go. And now that he has a second opportunity with her being in his life, he's determined to hold on, and he's not going to mess things up. They will find a way to be together as soon as possible. Kay doesn't know what's gonna happen with their relationship, but they're building something new, and she wants to continue with it. They know they'll be together, even though they don't know when or where. But she's in love with Mark and wants to be with him. It looks like Mark got what he wanted. Well, part of what he wanted. That's pretty much all for that couple. On to Amber and Daniel. After being in Costa Rica for 2 weeks, Amber is preparing to head back home. Usually when she's going back home, you know, she's crying, she's upset, but this time is different because this time she's going to be waiting for Daniel to arrive. When Daniel met Amber 2 years ago, he never would have thought that things would go this far. He just thought, you know, they'd have fun, have some beer, some food, have hot sex. But now Daniel wants to live with Amber for the rest of his life.
No sé cuándo la vuelvo a ver, pero ¿y cuándo crees tú que ya puedas viajar hasta América? No sé, un par de días debería llegar mi pasaporte ya con la visa, yo mediante, y hacer un plan, no sé, después de un mes.
No. Bobby, don't cry for me. You can come to Florida. As soon as everything gets settled, we'll get you to Florida.
Y apenas cuando pueda.
Now that Daniel has been approved for the visa and all of that stress is behind them, Amber can understand the love that Daniel has for his brother and his mom. He's making a sacrifice in leaving his brother behind to be with Amber in America. It's a lot to ask someone to leave their family. So of course Amber wants them to come to America because Daniel deserves to have his family too. On the way to the airport, Amber is reminding Daniel of things that he has to do, and it's already stressing him out.
You need to get him a collar. On his collar, you need to put his little pin. You need to let me know if you need a suitcase. I should have brought you one. I don't know why I didn't do that.
She's thinking this thing, that thing, everything. She's thinking everything at the same time.
Amber never would have thought that she would have traveled to another country, meet a guy that was a casual fling, fall in love, and be engaged. It's surreal for Amber. And the next time that she's gonna be at an airport is to pick up Daniel. She can't wait for them to start their lives together. And now their relationship is stronger than ever. And from the looks of their social media, they seem to be doing just fine. On to Steven and Martine. Steven tells Martine that he had bought her an engagement ring, but is now second guessing himself. He had bought the engagement ring because he didn't want to lose her after their big fight. It's a very big step, and Steven isn't sure if they're ready for that yet. Steven told Martine that he doesn't want to marry her. He was 80% sure that he wanted to, but the 20% was saying, is this the right thing to do? Just to let Martine know that he's changed. Martine said that she's feeling relieved after what Steven said.
The crazy thing is, I feel very relieved right now. And I'm happy you thought twice about it.
Why?
Because I also realized, like, during this time that we're not there yet. I came to Barbados wanting Steven to propose, but he's saying he has a ring in his pocket, and this is the last thing I want right now.
They were fighting all week about trust, and trust is the base for a relationship. Martine loves Steven, but they have a lot of things to figure out, and their relationship is just not there yet. Because Steven proposing is not going to solve their issues. And that's something that I was saying from the get-go. Martine says this isn't the way that she wants to get engaged. She wants Steven to be 100% sure when they get to that point. And she also wants Steven to meet her father. She loves that he was heading towards that direction, but she agrees that he made the right decision. Martine said to Steven that he has to be willing to have her in Barbados, you know, to move her out there. Steven does agree that them living in one place, it would allow them to be able to work on things a lot better. Steven asks Martine if she wants to see the ring.
No.
You don't want to see
Nope. I don't want to see it.
it a little bit?
If I see it, then you have to get another one.
Nah, not getting one.
So I don't want to see it. I love that it exists though, because that means that I have something to look forward to. Because there's a ring out there with my name on it. You just have some hurdles to jump over first before we get there, and that's cool.
Steven said that he doesn't want to lose Martine, and Martine said, you won't, and they both said that they love each other. Martine feels kind of bad because she can see that Steven is discouraged. She feels like she may be confusing him, but she doesn't want him to feel pressured because she wants things and he has to give her whatever she wants or he'll lose her. Martine realizes that she needs to let their relationship grow on its own, and if it's meant to be, then it shall be. And I agree, because forcing things, it just does not work. Martine is leaving Barbados today, and they still have a lot of things to figure out. But the fact that he was willing to propose to her the other day, it makes her realize that he'll do whatever it takes to make things work. It sucks that she's leaving now, and she wishes that she had more time with him.
I was just reading the latest directive from government. I can't take you.
So what that means, I have to take a taxi?
Yeah, I mean, I'll cover it, it's fine.
It's not about that. I want you to drive me. It sucks.
I know it sucks, but it's just, you know, COVID. I can't take Martin to the airport because this is a curfew because of COVID.
Steven is really sad because he can't say goodbye to Martine at the airport. They have to say their goodbyes at the resort as per the government directive. They both agree that these little trips are not enough. Martine feels that them living in the same place will solve their issues. Steven says that they need to find trust with each other again. And the next step will be to decide on where they want to live. Is it Barbados? Or will it be Miami? Steven said that he's all in now and believes that Martine can see it. Martine realized that she needs to get over what happened and to stop torturing herself. She needs to now forgive and forget. Steven doesn't know what's going to happen, but what he does know is that he wants to marry Martine. He wants to live with Martine, have children with her, grow old together, and live happily ever after.
I'm gonna miss you.
I don't want to go.
It's tears.
Shut up.
Tears.
Shut up.
You get tears.
So, Steven and I came to a good understanding. We are going to live together. I think that spending time with each other and really doing like the day-to-day relationship thing will help us figure out how to get to the place where we're ready to get engaged.
Martine would love it if Steven were to move to Miami, but she would also consider living in Barbados. Either way, she's going to move forward and put her doubts behind her and give the relationship the chance that it deserves. That's pretty much all for that couple. I do think it is the right thing for them to put things on hold with an engagement for now. That concludes the finale of Love in Paradise. Overall, it was an alright season. It wasn't super exciting. Yes, there were some explosive moments. I have to say the most explosive part of the show was when Steven and Martine got into that huge fight. Other than that, meh, it was alright. I'm curious to see if there will be a season 2. What do you guys think? Would you guys like to see a season 2 or meh, pass? For myself, I wouldn't be too upset if they didn't do a season 2 for this show. If they did, yeah, I might tune in. I don't know if I'd do recaps again because I don't think people were too excited about it, but I'll see. Drop your comments down below and let me know. Thanks for watching, my beautiful peeps, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!